Remember when TV families had just one car, usually something dull, beige and forgettable. Then came the Brady Bunch, and suddenly, America's favorite family was rolling around in a groovy wood-paneled station wagon that looked like it belonged on a beach instead of a driveway. But behind that shiny suburban image lies a story far stranger than the sitcom itself. Because that Brady wagon, the one millions of viewers remember from the 1970s, wasn't just a prop. It was a chameleon, a marketing experiment, and sometimes a continuity nightmare. Over the years, it changed colors engines and even manufacturers, all while pretending to be the same car. It appeared in more episodes than some human cast members. And to this day, fans are still obsessed with figuring out its secrets. From product placement deals that rewrote TV history, to bizarre fan theories about time travel, the Brady Bunch wagon became something much more than a family car. It turned into a pop culture relic, a rolling snapshot of the 1970s American dream. So buckle your seatbelts and grab a box of nostalgia, because we're counting down 20 weird facts you didn't know about the Brady Bunch wagon, a car that somehow became as famous as the family who drove it. 20. It was actually a Plymouth Satellite. Everyone remembers it simply as the Brady wagon, but it wasn't just any old family hauler. It was a Plymouth Satellite station wagon built by Chrysler, not Ford, not Chevy. Chrysler had a deal with the show, supplying their latest models each year. The Satellite was Plymouth's mid-size model wedged between the compact Valiant and the full-size Fury, the perfect fit for a family of 8. Its name was even symbolic. It orbited around the Brady's adventures. Like, well, a satellite, powered by a V8 engine, and built to haul everything from groceries to camping gear. The wagon became an icon of practicality, with just enough cool to make suburban life look fun. 19. Carol's wagon changed every year. Here's where it gets weird. Carol Brady's station wagon changed every single season, from 1969 to 1973. Different model years, different grills, even new badges. In Season 1, it was a 69 Satellite. By Season 2, a brand new 1970 model. In Season 3, the upgraded Satellite Regent. And so on year after year, as if Carol had the best lease deal in TV history. The changes were subtle. Different taillights, trim, and wood grain. But car nerds notice everything. Meanwhile, fans joked that maybe that's why the Brady kids had to share rooms. All their money went into mom's yearly car upgrade. The real reason Chrysler wanted to show off each new model. A win for marketing and a continuity nightmare for eagle-eyed viewers. 18. Mike had a new convertible. Every season, too. Turns out Carol wasn't the only one with rotating rides. Mike Brady also swapped convertibles like clockwork. New year, new car. At first, he drove Chrysler-made drop-tops like the Plymouth Barracuda. Later seasons, suddenly, he's cruising in Chevy Caprice convertibles. Yes, GM somehow snuck into the Brady garage halfway through the show. This created a funny kind of car inequality in the household. Mom drives the practical family wagon. Dad gets the cool convertible. But it also made the Brady Bunch one of the first shows where both parents had their own cars. Pretty progressive for 1969. 17. The Grand Canyon wagon was fully functional. Remember the Grand Canyon episodes where the whole family goes camping and Bobby gets lost? That wasn't Hollywood magic. The 1971 Satellite used in those scenes was a real tow vehicle, complete with trailer mirrors, hitch, and a pop-up camper. It hauled nearly 2,000 pounds of gear through dusty desert roads, and it looked great doing it. The realism was surprisingly accurate for a sitcom. Sagging rear springs, Mike checking the trailer, dust flying everywhere. For a few episodes, that wagon wasn't just transportation, it was a co-star. 16. The family left in a convertible, returned in the wagon. This one drives fans crazy. In several episodes, the Bradys leave home in Mike's convertible, then arrive somewhere else in the station wagon. No explanation, no car swap, just pure sitcom physics. The most famous example, the amusement park trip. 8 people pile into a 4-seater convertible, then magically step out of the wagon. Viewers noticed. Theories followed. Maybe they had 2 cars off screen. Maybe it was time travel. Or maybe, and this is likely, the production just didn't care. Still, it's one of the quirkiest continuity errors in TV car history. 15. Chrysler provided the Wagons, but GM took over the Convertibles. Now here's where the behind-the-scenes car politics get juicy. When the Brady Bunch began, Chrysler Corporation was the official vehicle sponsor. That's why you saw so many Plymouths and Dodges rolling through those early episodes. But somewhere around season 3, things changed. Suddenly, Mike's Convertible switched brands from Chrysler to Chevrolet. Meanwhile, Carol's Plymouth Wagons kept arriving shiny and new each season. It was like Detroit's biggest rivalry was happening right in the Brady Garage Mopar versus GM side by side. Nobody ever explained it on screen, but fans still debate whether Chrysler pulled out of the deal or GM offered a sweeter one. Whatever the reason, the result was hilarious, a household divided by brand loyalty, and a driveway that looked like a corporate sponsorship war zone. 14. The wood paneling was totally fake. That real wood down the side of the Brady wagon. Yeah, hate to break it to you, it was vinyl. A fancy printed film called Die Knock designed to look like wood grain. By the late 60s, every car maker was doing it. Ford's Country Squire Chevy's Kingswood Estate, and of course, Plymouth's Sport Suburban. Real wood was long gone by then. It was heavy, expensive, and rotted faster than Bobby's science projects. So Chrysler went with imitation. It was stylish suburban and just tacky enough to scream 1970s America. Ironically, that fake wood look became iconic, so much so that when people picture a classic station wagon today, they're really picturing this one. The Brady wagon made fake wood cool, at least for a decade. 13. The wagon's color changed every season. Everyone remembers a brown wood-paneled family hauler. But here's the truth. The wagon's body color changed every single year. The 1969 version, a pale mint green. 1970 golden tan. 1971's satellite Regent two-tone cream and brown. By 1972 and 1973, they were experimenting with beige and even burnt orange. Subtle maybe. But under studio lighting, these shifts kept the car looking camera-ready warm tones photographed better than dark paint on those vintage TV cameras. Plymouth knew it too. Every shade was chosen to glow perfectly under those California studio lights. So yes, while Carol Brady's hair stayed the same shade of honey blonde, her car quietly went through a full rainbow of the 70s. 12. It had serious towing power. This wasn't just a suburban grocery getter the Brady wagon could haul. With a 318 cubic inch V8 engine and a beefed-up suspension, it could tow nearly 4,000 pounds. We saw it most famously in the Grand Canyon episodes, but even in beach and ski trips, it was always loaded down with gear surfboards, skis tents, half the backyard sometimes. Plymouth actually marketed these wagons as adventure machines for families who go places. And that's exactly what the Brady Bunch showed on screen. A family hitting the road, every episode doubling as a Chrysler commercial. Before SUVs took over, the station wagon was America's adventure vehicle, and the Brady's was the poster child for it. 11. The interior could fit 8 people. It's hard to imagine today, but yes, this wagon legally seated 8 people. No car seats, no airbags, no worries. 3 in the front, usually Mike, Carol, and Alice wedged in the middle. 3 in the middle bench, whichever kids weren't fighting that week. And 2 in the way back, a rear-facing third row that felt like a carnival ride in traffic. No headrests, lap belts only, and 0 crash zones. But hey, it was the 70s. Back then, this setup was considered family luxury. That rear seat even folded flat for groceries, camping gear, or whatever project Mike was tinkering with. It's crazy to think about now, but for the Bradys, that wagon was both a family car and a moving playground. 10. Every wagon appearance is archived by IMCDB. If you think you're a Brady superfan, wait till you meet the crew at the Internet Movie Cars database IMCDB. These people have cataloged every single appearance of the Brady wagon across all 117 episodes. They've taken screenshots, argued over taillight designs, and even debated which exact model year appeared in each shot. Season 1, 1969 Satellite. Season 2, 1970 Update. Season 3, the fancy Satellite Regent. Seasons 4 and 5. Back to the standard Satellite, but with small styling tweaks. They even spotted continuity slip-ups like when a 1971 Wagon appears in a flashback that's supposed to be set in Season 1. IMCDB's obsession kept the car's history alive frame by frame, preserving every chrome trim roof rack and wood panel pattern for future generations. It's the kind of dedication that makes you realize some TV props never die. They just get archived. 9. Chrysler's product placement deal was revolutionary. Before influencer marketing or YouTube sponsorships, there was the Brady Bunch and Chrysler. In 1969, Chrysler struck a deal that was practically unheard of at the time, providing vehicles in exchange for screen exposure. They didn't just drop off a few cars. They embedded them into the show's DNA. Every driveway shot every road trip, every close-up of Carol loading groceries. It was all low-key advertising. It saved the production thousands in vehicle costs while Chrysler got prime-time exposure to millions of families. It wasn't a background detail, the cars were co-stars. When Mike raised the convertible roof, or when the kids piled into the wagon, you were watching early product placement in action. In short, the Brady Bunch walked so modern brands could run, and it all started with that wood-paneled Plymouth. 8. The Wagon appeared in more episodes than Alice. Now this one's almost unbelievable. The Brady Wagon appeared in more episodes than Alice the housekeeper, yes, more than a human character. Ann B. Davis Alice appeared in 116 out of 117 episodes, but the Wagon 119 appearances. How? Because it showed up in both the original and reshot pilot, plus multiple appearances per episode from driveways to cutaway scenes. Technically, that makes the Wagon the 7th Brady family member, or maybe the 9th if you count Alice and the dog Tiger. Either way, it never missed a cue, never got the flu, and never needed a raise. It might just be the most reliable actor in television history. 7. Fan theories about the annual car changes. Leave it to Brady fans to turn a car swap into a conspiracy. Over the years, they've come up with dozens of wild theories to explain why the family had a new car every season. Some say Mike Brady was secretly embezzling from his architecture firm to fund all those new cars. Others claim Carol was secretly rich from her mysterious first husband. One theory insists the family was traveling through time each season, representing a new timeline. Another says the Bradys had a dealership deal Mike designed buildings for auto companies in exchange for vehicles. And then there's the fan favorite that the entire Brady universe existed in an alternate reality, where everyone just got new cars every year. Of course, the real reason was simple Chrysler's marketing deal. But what's the fun in that when you can imagine time-traveling station wagons? 6. The Wagon outlived every other 70s TV car. Here's where the Brady Wagon earns its legend status. While other TV cars from that era, like the Partridge Family's bus or My Three Sons sedan, faded into history, the Brady Wagon never disappeared. It became a permanent symbol of 1970s America. Big families, cheap gas, and endless optimism. Car shows still feature Brady-style wagons, and collectors pay top dollar to restore them with that same fake wood paneling. Part of its immortality came from reruns. The Brady Bunch never really left TV, so every generation grew up seeing that wagon parked in the driveway. By the time SUVs replaced wagons, the Brady car had already become a relic, a time capsule on 4 wheels. A piece of nostalgia that somehow kept on rolling decade after decade. 5. The Wagon had different equipment every year. Each Brady Wagon came with a different level of luxury, as if the family kept upgrading their car lifestyle without explanation. In the first season, Carol's 1969 Satellite had manual windows and a simple AM radio, but by 1970, boom power windows and chrome trim. Then came the 1971 Satellite Regent, the most luxurious version yet power locks real air conditioning, a vinyl roof, and plush interiors. After that, the 1972 and 1973 models scaled things back again. Maybe Chrysler wanted to show that even the base models were nice. Inside, the colors changed. 2 black vinyl became saddle tan, then parchment, white, then back to earth tones. To car nerds, it's like watching a time-lapse of American automotive evolution 1 season at a time. Each new model revealed what families were craving: more comfort, more chrome, and more convenience. In a way, the Brady driveway became a window into Detroit's changing dreams. 4. Real Brady wagons are now worth a fortune. Want your own Brady wagon? Get ready to spend big. What used to be a common family hauler is now collector gold. A well-preserved 1971 Plymouth Satellite with the correct wood grain can fetch $30,000 or more at auction. The rare Regent trim even higher. One collector in Ohio owns 3 each representing a different model year seen on the show. He even displays them at car expos under a banner that reads, "The Brady Garage Evolution." What's wild is that these cars were never special when new. They were the minivans of their day, practical, disposable, unglamorous. But nostalgia has a funny way of rewriting history. Now those once forgotten wagons are restored with the same care as classic Mustangs or Corvettes, because they don't just represent horsepower, they represent childhood. 3. The Brady wagon actually influenced real car sales. You know, a TV car has made history when it changes what people buy in real life. After the Brady Bunch hit primetime, Plymouth dealers started getting requests for that Brady-style wagon. Customers wanted the same fake wood pattern, the same beige tones, even the same roof racks. And sales proved it. Plymouth's wagon sales jumped during the show's run. Families wanted to live that idealized suburban dream, right down to the station wagon in the driveway. The ripple effect didn't stop there. Ford, Chevy, and AMC all responded by adding more family adventure wagons to their lineups. And when the Brady Bunch went into syndication in the late 70s, used car lots couldn't keep wood-paneled wagons in stock. It was proof that TV could shape reality one family trip at a time. 2. The convertible versus wagon dynamic actually meant something. Film scholars and pop culture critics have spent years analyzing the two-car dynamic in the Brady Bunch, and they might be on to something. Mike's convertible symbolized freedom and independence, a holdover from his bachelor days. Carol's wagon represented family responsibility and order, the weight of motherhood on 4 wheels. The fact that both cars coexisted in the same garage was more than coincidence. Every time Mike drove off in his convertible, it was a glimpse of his old life, free, spontaneous. Every time Carol loaded the kids into the wagon, it was duty, stability, the image of the perfect mom. In a sense, the two vehicles were characters themselves, physical reflections of marriage, compromise, and balance. It's subtle, but that's what made the show feel real. Even the cars had a story to tell. 1. The wagon made a legendary comeback in 2019. 50 years after the original show, the Brady wagon made an unbelievable return. When HGTV launched a very Brady renovation in 2019, reuniting the cast to rebuild the iconic Brady house, the producers knew one thing: they couldn't do it without the wagon. After months of searching, they found a meticulously restored 1971 Plymouth Satellite in California, complete with perfect wood paneling, vinyl roof, and tan interior. When the cast saw it parked in that familiar driveway again, it was like stepping back in time. Christopher Knight, who played Peter, said it made him emotional, like meeting a long-lost family member. And for millions watching, seeing that wagon roll back into frame wasn't just nostalgic. It was spiritual. Because the truth is, the Brady wagon wasn't just a prop. It was a time capsule, a vessel carrying decades of American memory. Even in the modern world of hybrids and Teslas, that wood-paneled relic looked right at home, as if waiting for the next family road trip. And there you have it, 20 weird facts you didn't know about the Brady Bunch wagon. From Chrysler's sneaky marketing deal to its unexplainable yearly upgrades, the Brady wagon wasn't just a TV car. It was a character, a mascot, and a marketing masterpiece. It symbolized everything the show stood for: family optimism and the quiet chaos of suburban life. It showed how something as simple as a station wagon could capture an entire generation's imagination. Even today, that car's silhouette wood panels, gleaming kids piled inside the driveway, sparkling under California sun, remains burned into pop culture's collective memory. It's proof that sometimes the most ordinary things become timeless. Because the Brady wagon didn't just carry the Bradys, it carried us all back to a simpler, brighter America.